Hello. I'm here on your timeline because I think that you or somebody that you know would be a great person to come on building our narrative power, which is a year-long course starting in January next year about narrative change, um, which that's a term you might have heard before, it's a term you might never have heard before, it's quite jargony, but basically um, the whole year is going to be about exploring the kind of stories that we tell as a society, um, the stories we tell about different groups of people, about climate change, about um, the economy, about uh, trans rights, a whole range of things, and how those stories influence the way people think, feel, and act, and how by shifting the narratives that exist, um, we can create change. So I'm going to give a really basic example of this. We run a year-long climate justice training a few years back called Framing Climate Justice. And we explored the kind of messages put out by the climate change movement, and how folks day to day responded to those messages. So something that a lot of climate change or climate justice campaigners do is they use emergency narratives. So this is a crisis, we need to act right now. If we don't do this by this amount of time, we're all going to die. And whilst those things might be true, when somebody who is not really involved in kind of climate activism already hears those messages, we found that it actually makes people switch off, and it makes them even less likely to take action because of the overwhelm of the terror of it. It makes people shut down, and it makes people feel helpless, hopeless, like nothing that they can do makes a difference, and it actually leads people towards more inaction. So we explored things that helped lead people towards action, sharing stories of changes that have happened in communities, or pressure that certain groups have put on certain companies that has meant that they've slashed their emissions massively. These kind of things are what actually inspired folks who weren't already involved to start taking action. And so the course is gonna bring people together on a real range of issues for us to explore some of these things. What are we saying right now? What's working, what isn't, and what do we need to be saying into the future to create the kind of societies and communities that we want. It's a year-long training. You don't have to be involved in this kind of work already. Just have some kind of idea of what you're interested in and what you're passionate about. And the trainers are going to be a bunch of people from Perk, the place where I work, who've been doing this work for 50 years. And myself included, and a range of really, really, really amazing, talented people that I'm really excited that we're going to be working with. And it will be a course led by participants. So I really want to hear from folks who are coming on what would be helpful for you. What do you want to get out of this? And for us to move like that as a group through the year. So if you're interested, or if you know somebody who might be, please apply and please share it around. We've got a couple weeks left. The deadline is September 4th. I would love, 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 love to learn and grow with some of you folks. So yeah, please share it around. I want to resource our movements like to be stronger and to kind of come into the worlds that we dream of.